This video is going to show you how to use the standard scoring process in the PAES Lab. The quickest way to get to the job site management screen where all of the scoring happens is to scan the employee QR code. So just press scan employee QR code, and it takes you to the job site management screen where all of the scoring takes place. You will always be on the job site management screen when you want to score employees. And remember, we want to score in real time. That's very important. So just notice a couple things on the upper part of the screen. You can see it has the person's name on the left, and then over on the right, it shows that this person is waiting to begin CR1 in the business marketing component. Okay, so when you first start scoring in the PAES Lab, you will most likely rely pretty heavily on the prompts on the screen. But once you get familiar with all the jobs and more comfortable in the lab, you won't need to rely so heavily on them. So first of all, the first part on this screen, it says Work Procedure Checklist. So select the checklist on the left side to check the employee work procedure. So you see the two tabs on the left, one says checklist, one says scoring info. So you're just going to press that checklist tab and check to make sure that they have everything that they need to do that particular job. So you just want to look through that and make sure they have everything they need. It also tells you what the disassembly instructions were and whether or not the setup tasks were completed, so you know if the job is ready or not. So then we're going to return to score assistance. Okay, and you just press that box right there, and that tells the app that they're ready to go. And then next it says, ask the employee, do you know how to do this job? So depending on their answer, you would then provide the assistance, the least amount of assistance required for them to start the job. And I'm just going to put independent for now. So just press independent. And here there's a box where you can type in comments if you'd like. Keep in mind anything that you type in this box will be printed out on the narrative report in the summary of performance report. So, and then we're going to press begin job. And notice the undo button over in the lower right corner. If you meant to press 2, for example, for assistance, you can just press undo and then change that score. Okay, so again, we're just going to press begin job. Now the app is going to give you the option of either going to employee status, so you can check another employee, or use the QR scanner to scan another QR code. I'm just going to go ahead and press employee status and go back to the employee Nancy that we were working with. Okay, so now we're at step 10 of the employee work procedure, where the employee calls you over and it's time to check their work. And again, we're going to follow the prompts on the screen. And you can see the first one says, check the stopwatch. Has the time stopped and does it look accurate? I'm just going to say yes. And the next one says, stop time. Is the stop time from the PAES Lab clock written on the work record? And we're just going to check that box to indicate yes. And then accommodations and modifications. When you press this button, this will give you the opportunity to select any accommodation or modification for that particular student. Okay. And then the next one says check employees' work and record scores. So if you're not familiar with the job, or if you need an answer key, you would go ahead and press the scoring info tab on the left. And then there's a PDF right here that shows the answer key. You just press view PDF and you have your answer key right there. We're going to go back to the previous screen. And we're going to press that they had a high interest level that they wrote on their work record. There were no errors. And then over here is where you're going to put in the stop time, or the stopwatch time. So, and this will calculate the rate score for the employee. Again, you can put in some comments. And then down at the bottom, it says recommended for follow-up instruction. You would use this feature, you would press yes if this is a job that they would need some additional instruction on, which would happen outside of lab time. Okay, so I'm just going to press send scores. And again, you have the opportunity to undo if you need to change it. Okay, And then the app will prompt you to assign the next job, which will go into the job assignment wizard for the next time they're in the lab. They're just going to press select job. Okay. And then let's go to Nancy's status for the cumulative record. I'm just going to show you what it looks like after you score the job. So here we have the scores that we put in for that particular job, and they're all listed for you right here. So that is the standard scoring method.